Guys, are you a fan of the Escentric Molecules fragrances, and are you aware that they just launched Series 5 focusing on Cashmeran, Molecule 5, Escentric 5? Today in this South Brabant review video, I'm going to tell you all about these two fragrances and let you know what Cashmeran is, as these fragrances focus on the Cashmeran note. And you're going to have a chance at winning one of these fragrances of your choice. So if you want to find out about these two fragrances, please stay tuned. Thanks so much for tuning in. This is Sebastian with Smelling Great Fragrance Reviews. That's right, today we're going to talk about Molecule 5 from Escentric Molecules and also Escentric 5, focusing on Cashmeran. Do you know what Cashmeran is? Well, you're going to find out. But if this is your first time tuning in to the channel and you still haven't subscribed to the channel, please click the subscribe button below and also click the bell so that you'll be notified for future videos and giveaways. So I first discovered the house of Escentric Molecules probably early on in the 2010s when I was first getting into the fragrance community and doing reviews. So immediately I learned about Molecule 1, this one, which focuses on ISOE Super, which smells like a cross between sandalwood and cedarwood. Synthetic molecule with the Molecule 1. Molecule 2, which focuses on AMBROXAN, and it smells like ambergris, a synthetic form of ambergris. Later I discovered Molecule 3, which focuses on VETIVERYL acetate, which smells like a woody vetiver fragrance. And a few years ago I discovered Molecule 4, which focuses on JAVANOL, which smells like sandalwood. This one happens to be my favorite next to Molecule 1. As you can see, I love wearing this one. It smells really, really awesome, and it reminds me of sandalwood. Really, really wonderful sandalwood. So today we're talking about Cashmeran, and Cashmeran was discovered in the 1970s, and it smells woody, musky, but really more than that, it's spicy and somewhat smelling of resins and balsams, so it can get resinous and balsamic. To me, it's very earthy. It has a very, very earthy, musky smell and somewhat of damp woods, earth, or damp woody earth, almost like mushrooms with woody undertones and musky undertones. I don't know, that's the experience I get with Cashmeran, and I've seen Cashmeran come up in fragrances a lot. It's been featured in the notes, and it does work great in fragrances. It has a very woody, musky smell. So these fragrances were sent to me for this specific review, but I'm a big fan of this series of fragrances because I love these synthetic molecules and what they can do with them. And if you are not aware of the difference between Molecule 5 and Escentric 5, Molecule 5 is the one main note of Cashmeran, and that's the star of the show, that's nothing else. But when you wear this one, you will experience those kind of earthy, woody, musky experiences. You will pick up the notes, and in fact I get a very, very intense, earthy, woody, slightly mushroomy undercurrents running throughout the whole fragrance. It starts off like that, and then it develops and dries down to more of a woody musk, but when you first spray it, that's what you get. And if you have been following me for a while, you do know that I enjoy wearing these fragrances from the Escentric Molecules fragrances as a booster or a layering tool. For me, you can actually layer these two together, and in this fragrance you can boost up the Cashmeran even more when you apply this first than wear this one. But all the fragrances in this collection, the molecules, the ones that have just to focus on the one main molecule, those are perfect layering tools, or to boost up a certain quality or a note in a fragrance. And that's what these fragrances I highly recommend for you to do. You can wear them minimalistically on their own, or use them as a layering tool, or just to boost up a specific fragrance once you get to know and familiarize yourself with what each of the molecules smells like. Now with these fragrances, Molecule 5 and Escentric 5 were launched this year, 2020. They retail for 100 ml eau de toilette bottles for $150 each. The perfumer is Gaze Shown for both fragrances. And again, what they've done with Escentric 5 and all the Escentric fragrances, they add the Cashmeran here in Molecule 5 along with other notes that complement this note to create a fragrance. So here we have the main note, or the main star of Cashmeran. Here we have Cashmeran with a lot of other notes. So with the fact that the Cashmeran is very earthy and woody and musky and a bit like mushroom, for me, I think it complements a lot of the notes that Gaze Shown has added into Escentric 5. With this one, you have tons of notes in here, and I'm going to tell you what they are, because this one is a very, very woody, green, herbal, fresh and spicy, musky aromatic experience. There are lots of citrusy accords coming in because you have oranges and bergamot, and then you have some ambery touches as well. So with this one, you have at the top fig, bergamot, orange, laurel leaf or bay leaf, rosemary, juniper, and basil. In the heart, you've got hedione, cypress, freesia, iris, jasmine. In the base, you've got cashmeran, cistus labdanum, musk, AMBROXAN, mastic, ISOE super. So lots going on, and what Geza has also done is use two of his very popular molecule fragrances, synthetic molecules of AMBROXAN from molecule 2 and ISOE super from molecule 1. So he's actually added them in this fragrance along with the Cashmeran, and then a lot of the other notes as well. For me, this one is a very, very aromatic, spicy, and very green smelling fragrance. It's very, very pungent with the spices, but it's very, very fresh at the same time. So intensely experienced with lots of spicy herbal notes. The bay leaf is very prominent, or the laurel leaf, along with the juniper berry and some of the basil as well. But you experience a lot of the AMBROXAN here. It does have lots of AMBROXAN touches, and the woody cedar sandalwood kind of experience from the ISOE super. And then finally, the Cashmeran comes in with the molecule 5 star in here as well, and you get to experience those earthy, slightly woody, musky kind of undertones or experiences with the Cashmeran note. So to wrap up this review, I do want to mention that this, as a note by itself, you go through a lot of different experiences. As I said, you do experience the earthiness, you do experience the muskiness, you do experience the woodiness, along with the balsamic and resinous touches running throughout it as well. So there are a little bit other things happening in there, like there's some fruity undertones or undercurrents, and then there's some vanillic touches as well. So it's a very, very complex note for me, and it's an amazing note that's been used a lot in fragrances. In fact, I see Cashmeran in the base, Cashmeran in the base, Cashmeran in the base, so it pops up a lot. Finally, now it's the star of molecule 5. But with this one, I think this is going to be perfect for summer. If you like something fresh and spicy, with a very invigorating and uplifting herbal, kind of like a tonic experience with citrus touches, I think this one's going to do perfect for me. Now, just a couple more to wrap up. Here, you do experience a lot of layers with the one note, but it's very minimalistic, and it's great to boost up this fragrance or any other fragrances. But here, there's a lot going on. But this fragrance on its own, it's perfect, it's finished. You've got a lot of those wonderful notes that come in and go, and the wearing experience is wonderful. And when it's really warm, I feel like this one's going to come alive with all those little spicy and aromatic touches with the citruses and, of course, the molecules. Anyway, wonderful releases. You check them out, please, and see what you think about Cashmeran in Molecule 5, and see if you kind of like recognize that smell that you probably have smelled in many different fragrances. And also check this out as well, because I feel like this is awesome. I mean, if it really reminds me of some of the other Escentrics or some of the other fragrances that Geza Schoen has released. I feel like he's got his signature touch with this fragrance, and when I smelled it, I could say, okay, this is a Geza Schoen fragrance. And I've smelled things like this before from him. Here on its own, you can't really tell, obviously, because it's a molecule on its own. But two wonderful releases. I'm happy, and I love this series of fragrances because I love learning about these synthetic molecules that are used to reproduce certain smells. Now, if you guys want to go check out these fragrances at Lucky Scent, they are available there now. As I said, $150 per bottle. Eau de Toilette concentration, and I think the other fragrances in the collection are also the same price. But really, really wonderful collection of fragrances. Go to the link I have in the info box to Lucky Scent, to the page that has Molecule 5 and Escentric 5. Check out the entire collection, not only the Molecule 5 and Escentric 5, also when you're there, why don't you sign up, if you can, to the Lucky Scent newsletter, because I feel like they are always releasing new fragrances, and I love getting those emails from Lucky Scent that says, okay, we've got a new fragrance, or we've got a new brand, and what did they released lately, and what do they have in their collection now, because those are always really wonderful to learn about. Also, if you can, or if you are on Instagram, Lucky Scent also has a Instagram account, and there they also post wonderful photos of new releases and new brands that they are now carrying. Always a great Instagram account to follow. I follow them, and they're doing some awesome things. Now, on to the giveaway. If you want to participate in the giveaway, I have a link to Saffron Bond in the info box. Click that link, head over there, and follow their rules on how to participate for your chance to win a bottle of your choice of either Molecule 5 or Escentric 5. Then please come back here and let me know your thoughts on these fragrances and the entire Escentric Molecules collection of fragrances. Do you own any of them? Do you like them? And what are your thoughts about Cashmeran? Are you a fan of this note? Have you smelled it in fragrances? Please do let me know. Put a comment down so that I can find out. Other than that, guys, thanks so much for watching today. Hope everyone is staying safe. Please like this video. Please share it. Follow me on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram, and I'll be back with more videos very soon. Have a good one. Goodbye.